Hi, in this video, we'll be looking at importing the LeadsHook GTM container. It's the one that we've specially prepared for you to take care of the cross-domain functions that are required to track properly. All right, so I'm going to cross over to Google Tag Manager now and show you how to import that. So the file is going to be, I'll give you a link for it. That's I've linked the link I've put on the presentation over here, but I think I'll create a nice short link for you to follow. But basically that's where it's going to end up, and it looks like this. So when you click on the link, you'll end up on a page that looks something like this. What you need you to do is click the download button right on the top left right hand side there. This is on the Safari browser, but you might see wherever your download button is, and you want to go ahead and click that, and that way it'll save the JSON file on your desktop. Not just desktop, but also anywhere where you download your files. Basically, it's going to look something like this: GTM Google Tag Manager. That little number there, that's the number that is extracted from the one where I've exported from, and it says distribute on it.json. All right, so that's essentially the JSON file that you're going to import in. So if I go back into Google Tag Manager, select the account that you want. To do that, go ahead and click account settings. It'll create this little pop-up thing about sharing messages or something or other. Just go ahead and cancel that, and you end up on this page. This is where we want to import the container that you've just downloaded. So I'm going to click import, and I'm just going to pause this while I pick my file. All right, so I've just selected my file. It's going to look something like this, which is the file to import. The workspace, I'm just going to leave it as is. I think it just overrides it, and I've just picked one. Now, in your case, if you have a GTM container that you are updating, or container where you already have a lot of your conversion pixels already sitting, or if your conversion events or Google tracking events or Facebook tracking is already set up, then you can go ahead and just merge it, in which case it's going to override a few things. I'm just going to go ahead and so you'll go and merge it, and I'm going to be overriding for this example. To merge, yeah, it does need to. You're fine if you merge the wrong thing. You can always, you don't have to go publish it. So that way, there's no risk as such that you're gonna, spoil any of your tracking. It just means just go back to a prior version, even if you do publish, right? So I'm going to go override here. And it's just existing, and tell me which workspace you want to pick. I'm just going to pick the default one, and okay. All right, let's try that again. Right, so import, choose right there, existing, yep, override it, service is unavailable. Okay, let's refresh the page then. I guess the problems that happen when you're making live videos, right? So I guess I'm kind of glad it has happened, because if you get to see it as well, you'll be able to work out what's going on. So anyway, so I'm just picking it again. I've just refreshed the page. I'm doing an override, existing, yep, and hopefully, oh, there you go, perfect, that works. So I guess you just need to refresh your page, and I'm going to go ahead and confirmed. If you want to see the detailed ones, and there you go, there are all the things that we are creating. Right, so confirm, and it's going to go and there you go, it's updated all the rest of it. Perfect. Right, so it's updated that. So this is your GTM container now, and there have been 26 changes that have been put through. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. I'm going to go back to workspace. So it's this one here that was updated. So go ahead and click that, and there are the tags. Right, in our case, we've added the universal tag. We've got a few extra. See, the triggers are different slightly different, and they are the triggers we've added in, and we're going to go ahead and do variables. Right, so here we're going to update a number of variables and things of that sort. Let me just make sure I've got the right step here. On the next video, I'll be showing you the variables to update, and then your GTM container is ready to go. Right, so what we've done so far is in this video is just uploaded the version that we're going to give you, and what that includes is a whole bunch of tags that is going to do that. Now, there's nothing fancy about these tags except the way the variables work. We've also got this parent iframe and child iframe setup, and this filter host name. They are very specific LeadsHook. We've created these tags, the custom HTML tags. This came off, I think we grabbed something of the internet by Simo Ahiva, I think is what his name is. He's a big Google Tag Manager trainer, and probably an authority on the topic. He had an old cross-domain tracking thing set up, so I just want to give the attribution that we didn't create all of this, but over the last 3 to 4 years, as we've been using it, we've been making changes to it over time. So the version that we have is probably somewhat different to what he had explained online, because we have put our own updates to it, but the original version and the base structure of how this has been set up came from Simo Ahiva, right? But we found that it didn't work sometimes, or whatever he had shared was for a very old version, and we've been updating it as we've gone, because obviously we have users who need it now, and this is not just sitting on some blog post. So this one works really well. What it basically does, in a nutshell, to explain to you, that it prevents the UA code from firing until the iframe, which is in your case the embed LeadsHook, tells the parent page, which is where you're going to put your decision tree, that I'm ready. And at that point is when the parent page will fire this and get a client ID, and the client ID is what gets passed to the child. Okay, it's a whole lot of technical mumbo jumbo, which I've got a whole post where I explain what's going on, but for the purposes of actually getting this working, you do not need to know that technical detail. I'm just explaining it for completeness in case someone here is a GTM guru, then they can read the code and work out that that's kind of like what it's doing. All right, so look forward to seeing the next video where I'll show you how to update the variables. Thank you, and see you soon.